Hey y'all, I am Shelby, the Fit Foodie Farmer, out here in my greenhouse like pretty much every day here in the spring. But I wanted to take y'all along because I did something today, and let me show you. So this is the state of the greenhouse right now. This is what spring is all about. But I wanted to bring y'all along to talk to you for just a second about something really important with your plants, because before you bring them out into the elements and just plant them outside, it's really important that you do something called hardening off. That is very important to get your plants used to the wind and the heat and the rain and all kinds of stuff that it could face when you put it outside. But it's a slow transition if you started them inside, or even if you started them in the greenhouse. It's still important that you do that, because it's going to take some adjustment for your plants. It's not just going to be something that's going to be instant and they're going to be used to being out in the elements. So that's kind of like if you were inside all the time and you just came outside in the heat or in the cold, it would be really extreme to you. And it's like that to your little plant babies. And I have to be honest, we got some really cold nights. I think 2 nights this week. It might have really only been 1. And I'll just show you, I put these little plant babies, if you can see that, I put them up on the porch. So these had been outside. I had been leaving them outside. I would put them like out in the sunshine for just a couple hours, and then I would put them back on the porch at night, and they were calling for like 18 degrees. So I was kind of a bad plant mom, I guess. I did not bring them in. I just put them up on the porch, so they weren't actually exposed to the elements, but they were still outside. And I think they're pretty much all toast, because here are the onions and they are looking pretty pathetic. I don't know if maybe I just didn't sow these seeds deep enough or what. But let me try to show you the other one that I had outside. I think it's outside the greenhouse. It's looking pretty pathetic. It looks like it got bit. So that was bad on my part. I guess I did not do such a good job of hardening those off. I did plant them inside. So hardening off takes a little bit of time. Usually people say maybe about a week. I don't feel comfortable putting them in the ground until they've been outside for a good week or 2. So what I do to harden my little green babies off that I've started inside the house or in the greenhouse is basically just put them outside in the shade. Don't put them directly in the heat of the sun. Put them in the shade for about an hour a day, and just gradually increase the time that they're outside by like maybe 30 minutes to an hour every day. Again, the slower the process, it might take a long time, but that gradual, transition is going to be better on your plants. So every day, start adding a little bit of time to it, After a few days, give them a little bit of time in direct sun, but take them back after like an hour and put them in the shade. Make sure that you're watering all your plants really well, because they're going to need it being in the wind, in the sun, so they will dry out really easy. So make sure that you take all of those steps and precautions before just popping your plant babies in the garden or in a raised bed outside. If you started them inside, that is like one of the most important processes before planting outside. So don't be like me. I'm kind of a bad plant mom sometimes, just like this lettuce here. I'll bring you down here and show you. So if you watched the start lettuce seeds with me, and I'll put like a card here or maybe here, who knows, I started these in order to put them up on the porch if we got down to those freezing temperatures at night. And before it got down to freezing, we had a couple solid days of rain. And this planter is great for planting little seedlings and stuff like that, but the only problem is it doesn't have holes in the bottom. So another plant mom fail. I did not poke holes in the bottom before putting soil and planting this, and I had little bitty tiny green babies coming up, and they basically almost drowned it. So I was trying to poke holes with a knife. Disclaimer, don't do that. While this was full of soil, full of plant babies, and full of water. So I definitely do not suggest doing that. But it is what it is. They seem to still be thriving, and that is one thing that I absolutely love about gardening, about planting flowers and vegetables from seed, is that plants can be so resilient. Now, you give me a house plant and I'm going to kill it every time, but for the most part, plants are very resilient and they bounce back really, really quickly. So I've got high hopes for my little lettuce bed here, my little lettuce planter, but some of the things that were outside on the porch, I don't know if those are going to make it or not, but I do want to do one update for you. So my little single seed, let's see if that'll focus, my little single seed challenge here that actually turned out to be 2 tomato seeds, and it's so hard for me to bring myself to pinch one of these. I know it's a single seed challenge, but it's so hard for me. I can't do that. So I may divide these and just keep the one in here and then plant some more, or plant the other one somewhere else, but it just breaks my heart. That's why I have little bitty tiny baby beets, but because I hate thinning things. I hate taking the little green baby life, but that was an update on that. I've got some pretty decent, they need to be watered, but pretty decent looking tomato starts here. This whole flat is tomatoes that's looking pretty good. I'll need to up pot those soon. My peppers, however, I was sitting in the house and I told Kurt and my dad, I said, my peppers are not looking so hot. And Kurt's like, ha, see what you did there? And I'm like, yeah, what did I do? Blonde moment. Peppers, hot, I get it now. But they were just, they're not doing good. And I don't know, here they are. Well, and it doesn't help. Another disappointing and hard part of hardening things off is you have to carry all of these outside, and I dropped this. And so I don't know if you can see this or not, but some of these little babies right here, they're out of their cell because I dropped it. So I'm probably going to have to work on up potting those, and some of my little markers came out, so I don't really know what's what, and it looks like most of the things that the markers came out of didn't do so hot anyway, but it's like some of them just came up and then fell over, so I don't know if that was me being a bad plant mom or just something went wrong. I don't know, but those are just some updates from in the greenhouse, how all my seeds are doing. I've got lots of flowers, lots of vegetables planted, so hopefully everything will do good. I just started a few more flats, started some winter squash too, so hopefully it'll do good, but I'm trying to transition everything from my seed rack out into the greenhouse that I've already started, so I'm kind of trying to harden everything off. But I mean, this is a lot of flats. You've seen all of these flats that I'm going to have to carry in and out every day, and by the time I get off work, I get off early at like 3, but at the same time, by the time I get home, bring everything out, they're only getting like maybe an hour of daylight, and that's the max that I can give them right now. But you know what? It is what it is, and we're just going to keep on keeping on and hope for the best. I done a pretty good job hardening off last year, so I'm going to pray that everything goes that smoothly this year, and I've got some good strong plants this year. But we shall see. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. If you have any questions, or if you harden your plants off a little differently, let me know. What could I do to like streamline bringing 50 trays of cell trays out here? So if you've got any tips or tricks to hardening off, how you do things differently than me, let me know, because I'm always up for trying new things. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. Don't forget to harden off your plants, and I will catch y'all in the next one. I hope y'all found this helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all. And that just totally went in that planter. Dang it. Get that focused. It's awfully dark out here. It's called hardening off. And that seemed like it was really hard for me to say, so let me try that again. Hardening off.